Hey, Nick.
Hey, Chase.
It's that time again.
What time is it?
Time for
Fuck This Place!
There's like a conspiracy I've heard that Zoom starts to get shitty if you don't have a pro account. Like it starts.
Really?
Yeah, that like later on in your chat it'll start getting slow, or like the internet will work less.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. Like they're trying to fuck you over, trying to get you on that
Mhm.
pro
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
Just
So
letting the air out of your tires a little bit.
yeah, and I
Mhm.
feel like they're definitely letting the air out of my tires because they know that I've just been using it too much.
Yeah. Big Zooms coming after Logan.
Yeah, exactly. I'm worried.
That makes sense. Yeah. You know, it's COVID. It's just how it goes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just whatever happens. You know?
Yeah. That's how it
Correct.
goes.
Well, we're going to live. We're going to make it through. And I might as well introduce the podcast. Well, welcome everybody to Fuck This Place, the podcast about jobs with Chase and Nick. My name is Chase.
My name is Nick, and with us today is a fantastic comic, Ms. Logan Guntzelman.
Hello.
What up, Logan?
Hi.
So you're in Sonoma right now.
I'm in Sonoma, wine country.
Is it smoky? Is there were fires?
There were fires. I don't see, apparently like during the day when you're driving around, you can see that a lot of stuff is really burnt. But we obviously only leave the room at night, so I haven't seen
Right.
Yeah.
But then also last night at our show, every time a fire truck would drive by, everyone in the audience would start wooing and clapping, and that was the most excited they got. They did not care about the comedians. They're very excited for.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
So
Continually interrupted by heroes.
Yeah. Where I was, they deserve all the applause, but if you could just listen to me talk about, these jokes about dudes that I've banged, it would really help me out.
just help me with this premise for like a minute, and then we can talk about
Please,
the Boys in
help.
Blue. Are the firefighters in Boys in Blue? I guess they also wear blue.
I think they wear blue when they're not in their big outfits.
Right. Yeah, you're right. Blue is sort of their casual fatigues.
Yeah. They're hangout clothes.
Yeah. That's when they're just lounging, basically. Well, Logan, the first thing we do on every podcast is actually a segment we like to call Fuck This Place, ? Where we decide if we would work somewhere or not. So we actually looked up some Craigslist posts from sort of your part of the San Fernando Valley. And you're originally from Chatsworth. Is that correct?
I am from Chatsworth, yes. I'm hoping some of these Craigslist ads are porn related because it's the porn capital of the world, but it's fine if they're not.
Oh my gosh! Wow, none of them are corn related, but man, what a fact!
You said porn related.
Yeah,
right?
I said porn, not corn.
Oh, I thought you said corn. Man,
No,
I was so excited about corn.
The valley's not where all the corn is coming from, but
that's why I was super surprised. Porn, no surprise, no surprise on porn.
The corn Chase thought was the band. He thought it was going to
be. Yeah, we love
those guys. Have to be from.
It might be the corn band capital. It has the energy of like the entire city has the energy of like a Six Flags parking lot. If that, they put like corn on the speakers.
Well, that does check out for the jobs we found.
Yeah, the official brand of music is Butthole Rock out there.
So we looked up 3 Craigslist posts. They are San Fernando Valley, so they're not all Chatsworth specific. But what we're gonna do is I'm gonna read 3 of the Craigslist job titles. You'll pick the one you don't want to look at, and we will look at the other 2, just like you're browsing Craigslist. So first job title is Gym Rat / respond with Instagram link. Second job title is House Help Live-In Exchange. And then the last job title is Remove Rat Stuck on Sticky Pad. Which job would you not like to look at? The rat? Well, there's 2 rats, I guess. The gym rat or Remove Stuck Rat or the House Help Live-In.
I'm going to say let's get, I feel like I know the house help is going to be a sex thing. The exchange. So let's just do both rat jobs.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go double rat.
Yeah, double rat.
I'm very down. Okay, it's a double rat Saturday. Okay, so let's take a look at. I guess we'll start with gym rat because that's maybe a different type of rat. We know the second one's a for real rat. So again, job title number 1 is gym rat / respond with Instagram link, and there is not a lot of text here, no photos, and the ad begins and it says respond with your Instagram link. Good gig for college student. You must love squats and deadlifts. I'm sure. We are relaunching our bodybuilding supplement company. It is online based, and we need help packing orders and a person that has a strong visual to assist us in our rebrand and relaunch. We also have a small private gym that needs organizing at Unnatural Labs. I assume that's their Instagram handle. And that's the post. Oh, compensation does say $19 cash, which what's really $19 sign?
I have a lot of thoughts.
Sure.
One that's exciting to me is it says they are relaunching. There's
yes.
implies that there was a launch that was not successful and getting back into it. I also like that they want you to have a strong Instagram presence, but also want you to pack boxes.
Yeah.
Also need you to organize their gym.
I'm interested in, do you think that my love of squats and deadlifts is going to be job related, or we're just that's just water cooler talk where we just talk a lot about squats and deadlifts on our break?
Well, my question is, what if I absolutely fucking love squats and deadlifts, but I don't have the Instagram presence that they want? How much can my love for squats and deadlifts compensate for my lack of an internet presence?
I would like to think a lot.
Yeah, like you like you tell them, like, you're like, look, I'm not qualified for this job at all, but, and then you like lift up your shorts and your thighs are huge, and they're like, all right, you're in.
Or you don't have the thighs, you just love them, you just like the idea of them.
Okay, yeah.
I love the concept of squats and deadlifts. I don't, not the practice of it, but I'm with the idea, I guess.
Like you can name like the top 5 squat artists of all time.
Yeah.
Like you have like that repertoire in your mind.
Yeah. Like Danny Roman from the 98 Olympic trials.
Yeah.
This guy was incredible at deadlifts. I am a fan.
I was immediately like, I don't think I can name one.
No.
Yeah,
Danny Roman is a made up guy.
Yeah, I don't know if that is a real thing. Just obviously we're not qualified for the love of the game.
I can name the top 5 squatters. They'll be like, okay, I guess. Yeah. Sure.
Number 1, hopefully one of you guys. Number 2.
Yeah. I don't know. Hulk Hogan? I don't know.
Yeah, it is very confusing as to what specifically they want you to do. Because I think actually, and to some degree, this is actually a very LA post. I mean, I know we're in the valley here, but essentially they're just like, we need someone who looks fucking jacked, right? To work at our place and like just basically do whatever the fuck we tell you to do. And
I allowed to look up their Instagram?
Yeah, we can look it up right now. We'll check it out. Unnatural Labs.
Yeah, unnatural _, which doesn't sound good. If I'm looking for a supplement, I don't want it.
Doesn't sound legal.
I'm going.
Yeah. It's unnaturals, right? With an S on the end. Like they're calling themselves the unnaturals.
Yeah.
Those bastards.
Oh, unnaturals. Yeah, not unnatural. So we are now on the Instagram page. And by the way, if you ever want to view this, if you're listening to the podcast, you just go to our YouTube page, FCK This Place, and we will be there. But so it's a pretty, honestly, not in any way really surprising. Okay,
look at
this. And click on a photo because, so they definitely bought their followers because they have like 23,000 followers, but this post has 184 likes, which is like a telltale sign.
Right, that they bought the followers. That's extremely astute of you, Logan. I would like to describe this image for just a second, though. There is this is obviously back from January, and there is a cartoon picture of I would just, again, Nick has a lot of love for the thing Street Fighter. Who's that guy with the mohawk who like fights?
Zangief.
He's like a Hulk-esque character.
Yeah.
But it's just sort of like a white guy in a cartoon version, and he looks like, I don't know, is he lifting something? Anyway, it's extremely like on brand. This looks like
I will say he does look unnatural. Yes, that is not.
He does look like he's not a man with a natural. I mean, is this steroids? Ooh.
I mean, we do have a picture now. We do have a picture now of it's obviously like a dude bodybuilder, and again, he looks exactly like you expect him to look, like super cut, extremely weird amount of tan for such a white guy, and again, just a lot of definition, and he does look uncomfortable.
Yeah, he is standing a little bit like he's on a surfboard, but
looks like he's holding hard, so hard.
Yeah. Can you click out of this though? Because I want to look at the picture of their supplement jar. That is Christian Bale's character from American Psycho, right? If you go up, see on the top left there, see like any picture of what like the bottle is, the white bottle that right here in the middle.
You are correct.
That literally is. Yeah, we're gonna click on
which I feel like is very much. I don't think that they legally are allowed to do what they just did.
Yeah.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. I'm not going to be the one to tell them not to do it. They are very buff, so I don't know about that. But
their like a legal team looked and they're like, you know what? I don't want to get involved in a whole thing.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell Rex he can't do this or whatever.
Yeah. And also maybe the legal team was also like, yeah, well, Christian Bale can come fucking fight us if he wants.
Yeah.
Also,
we'll be able to handle it.
By the flavor, it's rocket pop flavor. That's
rocket pop flavor.
So gross to me. I mean, I don't really do like. Again, obviously, I'm not a good fit for this Craigslist job because I won't take fitness supplements. I don't know what like.
Despite how much you love squats.
I love squats, but I like to do them, the way God intended. I'm not going to add anything unnatural. But like I've seen, like my roommate has protein powder, and it's like usually like chocolate or vanilla.
Yeah,
but like. I can't imagine waking up to like go break a sweat at the gym and being like, because this is pre-workout and just on my stomach slamming some rocket pop flavored.
Yeah. It does. It also kind of weirds me out. Like the idea of the marketing here is to like get grown men to be as strong as they can while appealing to both their childhood favorite ice cream and a murderer from a fictional movie.
They're really trying to check every box. Like, dude, are you trying to get jacked? Like, let every part of your brain that cares about, I don't know. This just feels like
punching shit.
Yeah, punch shit, get mad.
Yeah,
these guys. I don't know. That seems.
These guys definitely feel like if the phrase "let's do this" was a person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of genres here, sort of colliding, and I agree that I've had a supplement or two, usually vanilla or chocolate flavored. Rocket Pop does imply a certain. Again, it just seems everything about this seems not legal. The copyright infringement, the blood that's obviously, marking on the side of the bottle. Like, is it real?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Rocket Pop's got to have some kind of trademark on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think like for me, like injury aside, I'm a bit of a gym rat. I used to go, in the old times, I used to go to the gym all the time. And so like, I'm not like, I don't have any aversion towards this. It just seems like this particular product seems to be, marketing towards rage.
Here's my question though. Look, because Logan, you brought this up. There's a supposed relaunch here. To me, this looks like we're just launching. It doesn't seem like there's like.
Check if there's a gap in their posts, like because they posted something in January, like at the very top.
Right. Sorry, I'm just checking.
Yeah,
I had a meme that was pretty dumb.
When anyone will just be like, oh, we can do memes for our hyper specific product. We were looking at a meme someone made.
Yeah. There was a meme for their Ace Extreme pre-workout, and it's like everyone's seen this meme of like somebody's, it's like that. It's like that cowboy who's like
guys singing.
Yeah, just singing like wow. There might be a gap here, but again, their first post is like 2018. My guess is maybe they've deleted that gap. This is from 2019. Like, it just seems to me like these people have been kicking. I mean, they're not posting 3 times a day or anything, but now they have like weird.
I'm gonna just zoom ahead on this though. I'm gonna say I'm not interested because these guys seem.
I do think that the enthusiasm at this workplace would be sickening to me. So I don't think I would apply for this job.
Yeah.
Sure.
It'd be like weird to constantly hear men roaring. You know,
Yeah.
like every
Yeah.
couple of seconds, a roar from the other room.
I would be like, look, I don't want to give you my Instagram. I don't care about squats and deadlifts as much as you want me to. If you want someone to organize your gym, I'll do that. That I'll do.
Yeah.
Just I
Yeah.
never want to show
Yeah,
you.
honestly, this is 3 posts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very
Why
good
don't
point.
you split it up?
Yeah, if you need some organizing,
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah. Office
But-
assistant work, but I also don't really want to do that. But it just depends on how desperate I am at the time, you know?
For sure, for sure.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm not going to be your strong visual
No.
to assist in the read because they want this person to like, you know, post an Instagram pics, you know, like pose, you know, like hold the product. And then as soon as that's over, you just get back to just moving, just like driving an actual forklift, you know? So,
And also I know that I am not tan enough for this company, just based on the pictures we saw.
very tan.
I'm
You
just
gotta be tan as hell.
Yeah, I'm never I cannot tan. It just doesn't happen. So
You gotta come in here looking like a penny.
yeah,
Just coppered out.
just cover, I think they cover themselves in Italian dressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which I do
I mean,
by
it's just-
accident when eating, but I don't think it's the way that they want.
Right. I mean, to put it on purpose, that's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say fuck this place because mainly because they just have too many jobs, and I even if I was qualified, I wouldn't want to do all those jobs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, post number 2. I think we all know what's gonna happen here. Is
Part of
the
me
title?
It's the same place. I just want to say. I like picturing
Oh
it's the same
yeah. I really hope so
And it's
because
real
the title is
gym rat that's stuck. Not anyway. You can read
it's a
it.
gym rat.
Kick it out.
Yeah. The title is remove rat stuck on sticky pad. And then there's just a couple sentences. This is a real short post. A rat is stuck on a sticky pad outside my bedroom door, and I need someone to remove it. Outside my bedroom door. Okay. I can't answer the front door because I will have to jump over it. Need it gone. I am terrified.
Okay, so this post seems like a cry for help for a lot of reasons. I know it's a cry for help for removing the rat, but I don't understand the layout of the house. It's outside the bedroom door, but they can't go to the front door because they have to jump over the rat.
I think this person is posting from within their bedroom door.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like they're inside their bedroom right now posting. And what they mean is to go anywhere. If for instance, you were to text this person and say, meet me in the kitchen, they would say, I cannot because I have to jump over this rat in order to meet you there.
They haven't left their room this was posted 18 days ago. If the rat's still there, they're dead.
Yeah. That's,
You
I
know?
think too, like if they have not left the room in 18 days, they have definitely expired. They are also dead.
Yeah.
It's
Or
weird. There's like the dead rat on one side and then the dead person on the
On
other.
the other. It's almost like they made their
like
own
what-
rat sticky pad. I'm also like, if you know that you're scared of rats and you have a rat problem, don't get the sticky pad kind of trap. Get a trap that you
Definitely.
deal with.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
agree. I
completely
also think that I also think that the sticky pad is probably the most horrific of all
Absolutely.
like, traps. So it is like
Yes. Yeah.
it's almost like, well, I guess you got haunted by the atrocious thing you did to that rat, you know?
Now you have to live with what you've done. The sad thing is, I'm actually very qualified for this job for multiple reasons. One,
Oh, really?
we had rat trap sticky pads going up, and sometimes lizards would get caught, and I would free them with cooking oil.
Okay.
Poured on, you could slowly get them off the thing. So I would free
All right.
lizards.
Yeah.
Two, I worked at a warehouse job where I had to go buy rat traps and mouse traps. And there's an insane kind of rat trap that I didn't get that connects to an app on your smartphone and lets you know when it's electrocuted something. So for
Jesus Christ.
it's an insane, like I'm assuming rage-filled dad or someone using the unnatural supplement or whatever.
The rocket pop.
Yeah, they're like, fuck yeah, my rat trap made a kill. I didn't buy those ones, but I was like, I made the decision at the time. I was like, I don't want to get the sticky ones because then I'm gonna have to like clean them and all this
Sticky
stuff.
ones are the worst.
So I could give this person a lot of advice, and I am not squeamish about. I could do it. I'm not gonna hit him up. I don't want to do it. I don't want to be paid $20 to go into this person's hoarder house, which is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
But I am qualified for this job.
Well, that's good news. But yeah, well, I forget to say compensation is $20.
Wait a second.
For
So
those.
so there's a rat trap that's connected to your smartphone. Like it's like up to the minute. Like
yeah, it's an app. It's one that electrocutes the whatever goes inside the rat trap, and like you get like a push notification, like you're getting a match on Tinder or something, but instead it's like rat trap activated.
And you're just like at dinner with your family, like, oh, hold on, gotta go, and just get up and go out to the garage.
Like a frustrated dad at a PTA meeting who doesn't want to be there, being like, good, the one thing in my life I can control, my rat trap. He's like, yeah, gets up and like walks out, and everyone's like, why was Mr. Johnson so excited about the free lunch program going away? Oh no, he's just going through some stuff.
Yeah, he just found out he killed a rat back home, and
I mean the kids don't live with him anymore. That's for sure. If you're buying a rat,
right? It's just him and the rats now.
Yeah. Once it's done, he'll be like, well, now I have no friends. What do I do now?
I think, I mean, like I agree. This person is definitely dead by now, but or I think that, you know, perhaps. Maybe they created some sort of a zip line to their neighbors across the street, and then just like,
right, they might have a window.
They escaped that way, and so they're just, I can't go back into that house until I bring someone with me that can get this rat and also would like $20.
Part of me, like, why don't they just lean out their window and just be like, "Hello, please, I'm trapped in my room." There's a rat.
I would give somebody $20. Like, yeah, this is another
there,
prime example of a Craigslist post. You there, boy.
You're that boy.
What day is it? Yeah, why not? You got no friends, not one, you know, who can help you out in this situation.
I think,
and I also do wonder, you know, all right, so what was that?
I think unfortunately we know the answer to the question asked. Like, no,
right? Yeah.
Sorry,
that's true. Yeah, no, you're fair. That's right. I just kind of wonder, like, you know, again, we are almost certain this person's dead, but if you put a rat and a person up against each other as to who was going to starve first, who would win?
I think
the rat.
Yeah.
You think a rat can go? Okay. Well, how long does it take for a person to starve?
Let me just say, before we even go into any math here, there's a reason rats are as proliferous as they are in the places that they are, and it's because they can go without food and water for a long fucking time.
Well, I believe that, but I also thought it's just because their bodies can withstand eating stuff that would make people sick. You know, like they can eat rotten food, which would kill a man, but it would, you know, make the rat even more powerful.
The main issue I think here is we don't know if the person trapped in the room has access to water. Because I know that will kill you way faster. Dehydration. Like I think you can live something like 3 weeks or.
That's a good point.
Like
without food.
A crazy without eating, but if you don't have any liquids, that's what
it's like a week.
You.
Yeah, or like 3 days.
Or if you don't sleep, which this person said they're terrified.
Yeah, no sleep, no water.
Sleep.
Okay. Well, so what if this person then sets up some sort of a system in their bedroom to purify their pee into drinking water? Okay.
It's very difficult to do. I'll tell you that.
But I'm telling you right now, it gives you something to do, right? And so you get some water out of it, and you're probably so tired after you fall asleep. So it's like,
because I've heard, okay, there's a story from, do you guys know National Geographic magazine? It's like a terrible trash magazine that's sold at like the grocery store checkout. It's like worse than Us Weekly or
Really?
Okay.
Really? So I didn't know that about National Geographic.
We're just shitting on National Geographic.
No,
go ahead.
National Geographic
National
Weekly.
Enquirer. Oh, National Enquirer.
Oh, National Enquirer. Yeah, I was like, National Geographic.
I was ready to go down on it. I was ready to just say fuck them. You know, but that's fine. National Enquirer. Yeah, go ahead.
National Geographic, piece of shit. You heard
fucking crocodiles.
National Enquirer. I'm so sorry. But there's a story I read as a child that I still think about, where it was an older couple that lived in a house with an elevator, and they were moving a tray of frozen ravioli from one floor to the other to cook it. Okay. And the elevator malfunctioned and they were trapped inside. And for a week, they lived off of frozen ravioli and their own urine until their son came and rescued them. Mm-hmm. And it said that you can drink your own urine until it turns black. And I've never forgotten this fact.
Whoa.
Again, it was in a tabloid, so sure. I should follow up and make sure that this is true.
Yeah, my understanding is that drinking urine is very much a law of diminishing returns. Like it's like the reason that it's urine is it's your body didn't want it. And like maybe you had a big gulp before you got in that elevator. But otherwise, like it's super salty, and to drink it is actually like a super duper bad idea.
I also don't know how they got it into each other's mouths. I don't want to know.
Ooh, the exchange maybe. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you had to pee in each other's mouths. Yeah.
Unless they had a cup in there or they were peeing on the ravioli to heat it up. No.
How much a week of one dish of ravioli? A tray.
They were Italian, I remember, and she had made a tray of. Their son was like, she was gonna cook up. I think they were taking it from like their downstairs freezer or something up to their kitchen to cook this tray of ravioli that she'd frozen. So like I think it was gonna be a good meal. This didn't turn out that way. As a child, I mean, I loved frozen ravioli in my youth, so I was like, sounds good.
No. Yeah, I'm sure the ravioli was grand, but it's like I mean, but so man, big ass like foil, big tray, we'll say of ravioli, catering style. We'll say we'll give them benefit of the doubt, and then maybe just had to pee hella bad, just had a bunch of pee in them. But that's
until they don't have any pee left, because that's all they're drinking.
When you brought up National Enquirer, though, I thought you were going to talk about Bat Boy, because when I was a kid, my dad would get like tabloids that had Bat Boy, and I was convinced Bat Boy was going to kill me. Like I just knew, and I always thought my dad was somehow going to conjure him into our lives by continually supporting the magazine.
Was Bat Boy like evil, or was because I remember articles about him, but I didn't know if he was like misunderstood or if he was like a Bat Boy was bad.
I didn't at that age, didn't give him the credence to find out. He just looked terrified in that Frozen in horror picture they always put up of him. That's it, Chase. But I'm sorry, we go way off topic. We think this girl's dead or not, or this guy is dead or not in the house right now?
I don't think that they're dead. Do I want to message them and ask if this is still an issue? Because now you have the opportunity to say, if this rat's decomposing and is gross, if you up the compensation, I will do it.
For sure. I'm talking $50.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just thinking about them being dead again, because if they died, they wouldn't have been able to take the post down. So it's like they could have I feel like
it's gonna be up there
before
the police get involved.
Or a neighbor, or again an ex-friend. Obviously, no current friends, but somebody knows this person.
In the same area in a couple weeks. It's like, can someone clean out my neighbor's house? There's a horrible smell.
Possibly a rat.
Yeah. And then that neighbor posted things like, I'm looking to clean out my neighbor's house, but there's actually a dead rat on a pad. Can someone just get rid of that for me?
I can't even touch my neighbor's house until this rat is removed.
I'm gonna say that while I would never go out venture out looking for this type of work, I would if this was my neighbor, I would absolutely do it, and probably wouldn't even need the $20. I would just go do that real quick.
That's really nice.
Thank you.
I would love to have an implement stronger than a broom, but a shovel would be nice. Anything that isn't just soft at the end would be great.
You also got to get some sort of hand protection, because I don't want to get rabies.
Rats, dude.
Yeah,
but I had no problem seeing lizards. Lizards aren't going to give me anything, which isn't true. I'm sure they could give me something. But I don't know. Freeing a rat, I'm going to need some sort of heavy duty, oven mitts or something.
Do you? But
I'm not freeing the rat. My job is not to free this rat. My job is to get this rat somewhere.
Yeah, I get immediately in my head, I was like, I would set it free, but then I'm like, oh no, you probably just are going to take the rat trap outside and let nature run its course.
Yeah. Well, I think this rat, you try to free it. This rat's either dead or pissed off, and you don't
so
really
mad,
any part of it, and so, but I
especially if it's been there 18 days, this rat has had so much time to just think about what it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's scratching little marks on the wall next to it for the number of days that it's been there,
like a cartoon prisoner. I'm gonna say
everyone's frozen.
Oh, we're frozen. Bummer.
Can you hear us, Logan?
Yes, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All I was saying was, while I was qualified for that job, I realized that all the rat trap work I've done has been to set the animals free, and I would feel too bad. And so I wouldn't do the job for ethical reasons. I would feel bad snuffing out another life.
Yeah. It's no fun. I'll tell you that.
I said I'd do it if it was very easy, but if it was very accessible. But other than that, I'm not going to do it either.
I'm out.
Yeah, fuck this place.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, guys?
Wanted to remind you that you can text the podcast anytime you want.
Night or day, whenever the hell you want.
It's fine. It's the number is 470-BAD-JOBS. The actual numbers are 470-223-5627. That's the number.
So yeah, anytime you want. Like I said, middle of the night, whenever. We don't got jobs right now. Whatever's going on with you is going on with us.
I mean, absolutely. Maybe you still have a job and it's like shitty. You can tell us about that. Maybe you don't have a job and it was shitty before.
Maybe you're getting one of those weird temperature forehead checks right now.
For sure.
You want to pull out your phone and just say, you know what, fuck you guys. I'm going to text 470-BAD-JOBS.
470-223-5627 is the number. That is the number. And you can also call us if you want, but I mean, whatever. It's your choice. That's the point here.
So, Logan, what's the first job you ever had?
The first job I ever had, I worked as a day camp counselor out in Chatsworth, California. For a second, I was like, do I not say the name? I don't give a fuck. It was called Sierra Canyon Day Camp. And it was a school during the year for the camp over the summer. And, classic, just like minimum wage, but it was like 10 minutes from my house and it was super fun. Good experience all around. I don't know. That was a good job. It was fun.
Oh man, that's great.
How old were you, say?
16. And I worked there. Like I had other jobs in between, but I worked there every summer from like 16 to like 20, I think.
Oh, wow. So yeah, it was like not a bad time.
No, it was honestly like before I did comedy, and how once you do comedy, you kind of are obsessed with it. And those are like all the people you hang out with, whatever, like everyone who worked at that camp was kind of like obsessed with that camp. And like that was sort of the, like your social world or whatever. And so I really, cared about that place. And then I was like, but I don't want to like work. Like I was like almost through college. And then I was like, do I want to keep working at a camp? I was like, no, I can't. I got to get out of here. So
man, I love that you were thinking about like, am I just going to write my life off right now? Like
some of the people who I worked with, like that started dating when I worked there are now married to the same people they were dating when I worked there. Like they're all still friends. Like,
and it's a day camp only. This is not an overnight camp.
No, it's a day camp. But then at night, what would happen is we would all like meet up and just, underage drink and be like hooligans. And
for sure.
Come over and take care of small children, which was, not advisable. But so
not advisable, but it gets done a lot. And it's a pretty decent setup. I mean, as evidenced by your 4-year stint, people who do like the summer camp thing, it's fine. It's cool or whatever. But the cool thing about the day camp is you literally clock out. So like the kids are gone. You don't have to deal with them and you get to be a hooligan again, because a regular night camp, you might have to be in charge of the kids at night. Some kid pukes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So it sounds very sustainable.
It was really fun. I mean, there were a lot of people who I knew who were sleepaway camp counselors, and they always kind of looked down on just day camp counselors.
Of course. Yeah.
So that was like a funny whatever. But I also like, I was a fun counselor, but I wasn't a good counselor, if that makes sense. Like, I was
for sure.
to my children's needs whatsoever. I was just there, for the fun of it. But
right. Well, and that's the other bonus of the day camp situation is like, there's only so much damage you can do in the time that you have with them. And they're going to get a reset with the folks,
Exactly. And that was like, I was just like, I don't want to do any permanent damage. Like the thing that was so funny was at the beginning of every summer when you got your roster of your campers, and I always worked with the younger kids. I worked with like second grade and below. But you get a roster of your campers and it would show like all the allergies in your group. Cause that was the biggest thing. Like, as long as you don't kill them, it's fine.
Right.
And it was supposed to be very confidential, but we all thought some of the allergies were so funny. Like we would like the day before the camper showed up, all the counselors like would meet up and like go over whatever. And we'd be like yelling to each other from across the camp. Like, I have a kid who's going to be allergic to being damp. I did. I had a kid who was allergic to being damp, and I was like, and then another one who was allergic to the sun. I was like, okay, how about computer care? Maybe take this anywhere else.
Yeah.
Here.
Wait, back to this loser who's allergic to being damp. So like, if he gets a little wet, is then the remedy to like a bucket of water completely soak him? Like, is it just
where the thing was when they got out of the pool, a lot of kids would like half dry off. You know, kids didn't really care. Like they were like that kid, you really had to make sure he like towel dried and like his clothes were put away before swim time. And he, you know, you were separated by like, it was the boy counselors dealing with him. So I'd have to tell them, make sure.
Here's old Dampy.
Yeah. Don't get wet in the changing room. Like, I guess he's like a gremlin. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
you're like, hey, check it out. I got a kid. He's cursed.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a kid who's the spawn of Satan.
I just like that you all got together to shit talk them before.
all we did was shit talk them, and then in like the staff lounge, we had a big whiteboard where we could write funny quotes by campers, but we got in trouble because we were just writing shit that was inappropriate.
Of course. What other funny things did your kids say?
But they were like, parents are gonna walk through like this room, and you can't have like, you know, I don't even remember.
Yeah.
I wish I had a fun example, but it was a good time. It was one of my favorite shitty jobs, probably.
Yeah, that's nice. And you had it for a while.
Yeah, and it was also because it was only in summer.
Right.
So I think a job that you would get sick of, you know, within a calendar year, because it's broken up 3 months out of the year. Like,
right.
It takes you a while longer to be like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. If you're doing childcare, which is essentially what you're doing, for a year straight, you'd be like, awesome, that was great. I'm going to get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. I did do that as another shitty job, and I did it for 1 year.
Yeah.
They were like, are you going to come back next year? I was like, no.
I literally can't. I wish I could.
I couldn't. It was at a Orthodox Jewish school for girls. So a lot of like, it was Hasidic. I don't know if you guys like, you know, the
they're their own walking down the street. Yeah.
And it was pretty. I mean, I am a Jew, but I was just like, this is a lot, and I can't. I don't want to do this anymore. So
you're like what was a lot? Like a lot of the curly
the customs, the rules.
It was well, one, like we had to wear full. I had to wear like a turtleneck, sleeves down to my wrist. I had to wear a full length skirt. If you're married, you have to wear a wig. Which I wasn't. And my students love to point out. They were like, "Why don't you wear a wig?" I was like, "I'm not married." And they're like, "How old are you?" And at the time, I was like 26.
Yeah.
26, and one of them was like, "When my mom was your age, she already had 3 kids." I was like, "Okay, well, no one fucking asked."
Yeah.
But it was a nice job because you got paid regardless. Like you got paid a set monthly amount, but some months, because they were super religious, they just like wouldn't have school the whole month, but you still got paid.
Oh, right.
Like early-ish in comedy was great because you could like go somewhere and it wouldn't matter, but it was just like the pay was too shitty to justify. You know, I was like, I need that time to get a better paying job. I can't.
Yeah.
You can't keep me on retainer for like minimum wage.
Did you have like friends at the Hasidic Jew school? Did you have like
I was
anyone you could confide in?
Kind of a little bit. Like I became friendly with so I was an assistant teacher in a second grade classroom. So there was like a main teacher, and it'd be a thing where like how the school also worked was from 8 a.m. to noon, they did just Hebrew stuff, like just religious studies. And then from noon to 3:30 was when they did English school, which was like, and I was only there from noon to 3:30. So also, and at the same time I was waitressing at a comedy club. So I was up super late and then would wake up, you know, at like 11:30, be like, oh shit. And I have to like hurry and throw on like the random skirt I had in my car to get to this job.
Like a long denim skirt.
Yeah. I went to Ross Dress for Less so much. They have great clothing for religious people. If you guys,
that's a super good point.
Me and like very religious Muslim women just in the same aisle being like, oh, you see this full length skirt? Pretty good.
All this stuff covers a lot.
Yeah. I was, But
See their blankets.
I was friendly with we struck up like a friendship, the main teacher in my classroom. And a lot of the women were super nice, but it was the year Trump got elected, and really religious Jews are big Trump supporters. So like all the little kids were like, yay, Trump won. It was very surreal at the time. And like some of the kids though I liked a lot, like they were funny, and like so it was a fun, unique experience, but it wasn't, the relationships weren't enough to sustain me through another year.
Yeah.
For
those
sure.
like
the awful
cool kids were not enough to keep you there.
No,
I have a question. It seems like you kind of stuck with that second grade group.
Yes.
Do you prefer that? Did you at the time prefer that age group, and do you have reasons for that?
I do prefer. It seems weird to say specifically that I like an age group of children, but
working with or for,
hanging out with.
I liked. God, this sounds so weird. When they're too young, you really have to help them with everything. And like also as a girl, like of course I've done like babysitting and shit like that.
Yeah, there's no wiping in second grade, really.
Yeah, unless something really.
And that's okay, because that's extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, but so I
probably kind of funny. Yeah.
Yeah, but that are like I remember once when I was in 6th grade, we had like kindergarten buddies. My kindergarten buddy had to go to the bathroom, so I went with her, and then in the bathroom, like inside the stall, she was like, "Can you help me wipe?" I was like, "No." I was like, "I'm 12. I'm leaving."
I'm barely practiced myself.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I'm doing it right when I'm doing it. I'm not gonna help you. But I feel like 2nd grade they're a fun age where they say a lot of stuff that's funny, but they're still young enough that a lot of, if you're sarcastic to them or you're frustrated or having a bad day, that kind of goes over their head. So it's like, if they're a little bit older, they can kind of get that, you're not being genuine when you're like, you're the smartest kid I've ever met. Like,
Yeah.
But so, that was kind of why, but they were old enough that like they could tie their shoes, they could, so that was kind of, and then also with like subsequent jobs, because when I worked at a day camp, they had a whole big thing at the day camp where there was unit 1 and unit 2, and unit 1 was pre-K through 2nd grade, and unit 2 was 3rd grade to middle school. And it was a vicious rivalry between the counselors. Like if you started in unit 1, you were unit 1 for life. Like you stayed with the little kids. And so applying for jobs, I was like, oh, I have experience with young kids. So they kept just putting me.
Right. Once you step with one group, they just say, well, that sounds good.
So just bringing up the unit 1, unit 2 rivalry, I got chills still, by the way. I was like, oh.
Unit 2 is coming after me.
Yeah, they're going to hear this and they're going to leave a horse head.
Or a bad podcast review. Even worse. That makes sense. 2nd graders are autonomous to some degree, and I really do. I appreciate the they don't know me.
Yeah.
Like a 5th grader, if you're having a bad day, you're like, get the fuck out of my fucking face, 5th grader. They're like, why? Are you going through a divorce? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, bro,
like they're old enough. Like kids in 2nd grade will say things that are very hurtful to you, but they truly don't know that they said something hurtful.
Right.
Older kids are trying to hurt your feelings.
100%. Trying to get under your fucking skin and just fucking drive in the knife. Hate them. Hate those older kids.
I don't need them around,
No.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your first job, Logan. What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
The worst job I ever had, I think I worked at a frozen yogurt place for a little bit. Emphasis on a little bit. I think I was there maybe 6 weeks, but
just there for a couple of scoops.
It was like the self-serve.
Oh yeah.
Oh no,
the lever. Yeah.
Which also every little kid machine came in would just like finger the little yogurt anuses. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Get in there.
More little kids following you around.
But so the reason, like already it was a bad job and it was in between trying to find something else. And also know that like I've had so many bad jobs, so I feel bad. But this one, this was so
let them have it.
So I get there one morning, like we open at like 11 and the opener gets there at like 10:30. And you like the first thing you got to like, set up the tables outside and like open the umbrellas and like wash it down. And then you go over to like the till and check and turn it on and whatever. So I get to the till last and it's covered in sticky notes. Someone's left like 30 sticky notes around the edge of it. And I was like, well, that doesn't look good. And so I look, and the guy who closed the night before could not get the till to balance, like the total in it, he was over by like $200.
Whoa.
Okay.
And he could not figure out why he was over. And he like, it was all these notes and increasingly erratic writing being like, he was like, it's now 4 a.m. I've been doing the math for hours. I cannot figure out why this till is over. I don't know what to do. And then he was like, the system has now locked me out because I've tried to figure it out so much. So I tried to turn on the computer. It's locked. Like I
so your register doesn't work.
The register doesn't work, which is connected to, like yogurt is pay by weight.
Yeah.
So
Scale.
So those also don't work. So I called the guy from the night before. He doesn't answer his phone. Side note, he never came back to work again. Never picked up.
Wait,
he had a full-on breakdown.
He killed himself?
No, I think I hope he lived, but like he just like never came to work again.
Yeah, just like the last one, the last sticky note was just like goodbye.
Yeah.
The last sticky note was just latitude, longitude for a place in like Antarctica that he had like found a way to start a new life in the coldest place on earth.
How sad is it to have a suicide note on a sticky note? That's a
Yeah.
sad
Yeah. Not to bother you with the end of my life, but
it's like somewhere that's you won't miss it,
Yeah.
Right.
It's like one of the hot pink ones.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm picturing, the hot, like a real post-it note.
Like neon ones.
Just on like right at the doorknob, like where you would put your hand. It's like right in front of that.
Or I was thinking like the fridge, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's a good spot.
Man, that does sound great.
I'll say you saw that you guys had like a break in case of emergency, and it was like a gun thing, and he had taken the gun and left.
Yeah, well, every frozen yogurt place has the emergency gun.
The emergency gun. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so I called the guy who like owned the store, and I was like, I can't get into the system. Do you want me to keep the place closed because I have no way to? I can't take any credit card payments. I can't make change. I can't even weigh the yogurt. And he was like, no, you have to open at 11. And I was like, okay.
Yeah. How?
I was like, how? He's like, just open. I'm on my way, and call the like point of sale, like the POS.
Yeah, that company.
Get it unlocked. So I have the phone and I'm calling them and I'm on hold because of course for a really long time, people are starting to come in. I'm just guessing the weight like a carnival. I'm like, I don't know. This seems like it's probably 8 ounces. I can only take cash. I can't give you change. So just like pay what you want, I guess. So I was like, pay what they wanted and guessing their yogurt. And then I finally got through and like,
like a carnival.
And then the guy who owned the place, he came in and the first thing he was like, he got mad at me for not checking the computers first when I opened up, which I didn't do because when I was trained, I was told to do all the other stuff first. I was just
to open the shop.
Yeah. And so he's like, next time you really got to check this first. Like that way we don't have problems like this. So then wait
a second. Go ahead.
Oh no, I just went, this is my 2 weeks notice. That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
I was like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Here anymore.
Yeah, and it's just like, no, what do you mean next time? Next time one of your employees goes mad.
Next time one of your employees is at a store that closes at 11 p.m. till 4 a.m, trying to figure out what his mistake was. Like, and then once I put in my 2 weeks, I was like eating toppings in front of customers. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But so that was a day where I was like, this is the worst job. I have to leave this job.
Of course.
Yeah. And then you like went home and turned on the news and there was like a police helicopters around the bank and your old coworker was just like had a gun. It was like this whole, he's like, I can't open the till. I need money. I need to give you back this money.
Well, it blows my mind that person was there till 4 a.m. Like if that happened to me, I'd be there maybe an hour. I mean, I think I would try and actually give it an hour of like math and be like, fuck, didn't work. And then maybe one posted note. I mean, I would definitely not want to get locked out of the thing.
But I'm also like, I mean, I don't have proof. He wrote that it was 4 a.m. For all I know, it was like 30 minutes later.
Sure. But he's like really pounding up the evidence.
But the notes are starting to tell the story, right? Like you're saying, it gets more erratic as it goes on.
The writing's getting crazier, and just like the fact that there were so many.
like, and they started to be in Latin, like halfway through, like little words here and there. Yeah.
They were written in his own blood towards the end.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence.
But I feel like I've had many more interesting shitty jobs. Do you know what I mean?
That was pretty good.
But that one, like, because I'm like, oh, it was just a frozen yogurt place. But I still, to this day, like, anytime I talk to anyone who's worked in food service or had to use a POS, and I'm like, oh, I got a story for you. I was just like, just turning and seeing that many sticky notes, I was like, well, there's no way this is good information.
I think you're great, and I hope you have a great shift.
I think that's like, oh, have a great day. Like, proud of you guys. I was like, this is gonna be for sure.
Yeah. I can't wait to see you the next time that I definitely come in.
Yeah. Instead, the notes just saying like it's getting harder to see.
It's getting hard to see the point of living.
Yeah, that ringing in my ear won't go away.
I'm so cold. I'm so cold.
It's not because of the yogurt. It's just
I have a question about
dipping my hands in the sprinkles.
Well, you know, I've never been to one of those specific, you know, build your own frozen yogurt places and thought this place is clean.
Sure.
Because even if you have someone as a good behind the counter, they're behind the counter, right? There's only so much. The amount of kids sticking fingers in the little yogurt buttholes.
Yeah, no, they're definitely not clean. I will say, like, I pre-COVID was ashamed, but getting frozen yogurt was a guilty pleasure of mine. Like,
love a froyo.
Yeah.
And I knew it was gross and was just like kind of put up with it, you know, and like. But yeah, unless they're really cleaning out the machines, like, and also those trash cans when you're throwing out just like hot in the sun thing of yogurt, that was enough to make me like, for a little bit, be like, I don't like this stuff. And then I'm like, as soon as I didn't work there anymore, I was like, oh, okay, I'm over it. But yeah, no, I don't think that any of those places are clean.
Also, the top, like the topping station plus the handles for the things that you're putting the toppings on.
They drop in the things. Yeah. And also, like, straight up, when I would go get it, I would like scoop some into my hand before I even worked at a place. I'd be like, oh, you mean free samples? I'm going to take it literally and think it means free samples of everything.
Sure.
Sample these toppings as well. And also, the thing was, like, no one at yogurt places gives a fuck. Like, they do not care. They know it's not clean. They're not going to like, sometimes they'll tell you stuff, but like only like if they're the like store manager.
Yeah. You know? Their only job, all they want is to stay behind that counter.
Yeah. You know who's not enforcing the rules is this 20-year-old with a Che Guevara shirt working at the yogurt shop.
A spooky place. They always seem a little haunted, all those places, because like you get one, maybe two, sometimes you get two employees, but sometimes it'll be just one person because it's so low.
In the front, like you walk in and no one's behind the counter.
Yeah.
Hanging out in the back. But yeah, no, it was that place eventually closed. So kind of sad though. It was like the most convenient yogurt place to me. Like I used to go there a lot before I worked there. I was like, fuck it, I'll work here.
Do you think do you think that that whatever's there now, they tell like the like scary stories about it? It's like, you know, the place before this, a guy went mad here.
That's
a young boy.
They went out of business. But
all that bad press.
It was owned by, they had like 3 locations, and the guy who owned it was like this random local sports reporter where like he just had a yogurt franchise, and I don't know if the whole thing went under or just that. I know, Nick, you're in LA, or are you still in LA?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in Los Feliz, or it was
the one on Hillhurst.
Yeah, Froyo.
Yeah.
That's where I worked. So
shit.
Okay.
Yeah, and they had good yogurt.
Sure.
It all came from a carton and was bullshit. Like nothing.
Yeah. No, I went a couple times.
Yeah, and
there's construction now there, so I think part of it is that building just got bought, that specific location,
and also like there was that fancy ice cream place like down the street, and then a gelato place. There was a real big like frozen treat boom that I feel
But it's all crashed. It's all crashed in that area. Jenny's is the only one still standing. McConnell's is gone. There's that Ample Hills Creamery place. Again, this is very neighborhood specific, but I used to be, I worked at an ice cream place in Atwater. And so I was very familiar with the ice cream scene. Yeah, Wanderlust. That's where I worked.
I hate another local reference, but I've been there as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I love ice cream. I love it.
I got to be honest. I love ice cream, but I think I love frozen yogurt because it's giving me excuse to just fill a bowl with candy and trash. And ice cream is really nice, but like it'll be like $7 for a little scoop where I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no.
I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, that's enough. I'm satisfied. I'm like, no, that was no ice cream.
Give me more trash, please.
Yeah. I want to die on my shields with this.
I want my shit to come out cold. That's how much
so much ice cream.
Shit to come out cold.
Oh man, I just want to put gummy worms in there. Man. Well, Logan, we always try to close the podcast with 3 questions just so we make sure we covered everything. First question that we always ask is for the worst job, the frozen yogurt. When were you done and how did you quit? Obviously, we know the answer to that. Yeah. You were done the moment that dude was like, "Stay open, be a carny for an afternoon."
Yeah. Just one day after your other employee like stigmatized himself.
Yeah. Also, one of the people who I had just pay what they wanted was one of the Duplass brothers came in with his daughter.
Of course.
Okay. And I was like, and it was, it was like the beginning of comedy and seeing someone who's like successful, you're just like, oh God. And I was just like, hey, my system's down. So just like guess. And he was super nice about it. But I just remember being like, oh my God, this is
Would this $100 bill work? Oh, thanks, Mark Duplass.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you just worked out your 2-week notice, which is very honorable of you, and then just left. Yep. Okay, question number 2 is what's one good thing you took from that very bad job?
It's tough. I'm trying to think. For a while, I kept the T-shirt because I thought the T-shirt was fun, and I would just wear it. The T-shirt.
Was it comfortable?
Yeah, it was like a comfortable cotton T-shirt. It was
some job T-shirts.
That I mean, when I worked at the Improv. Those are my like favorite T-shirts. I still wear those all the time. I think with that job, what I took. Oh, here's something. Before that job, I hadn't really worked in food service, and I lied on my whole resume and put my friends as references.
Of course.
And that was when I learned the very valuable lesson that as an adult, you just have to lie on your resume. Like, you cannot put what you actually have done on your resume.
Especially for that level of employment.
Like it doesn't. And it's also like, if you're not a complete idiot, it doesn't matter if you've done the job before.
Correct.
But that served me well for any future shitty part-time jobs where I would just change the resume, have the same friends as contacts, text them and be like, yo, if you get a call.
Did they get calls? Did they even get calls?
They did get calls for the restaurant job. And then they told me after they'd like really embellished it and like, told that I was a great restaurant server at like one nice thing. Cause I went to college, not in LA. So I just said that all these jobs were back where I went to college. Yeah. And they're not, how hard are they going to look? So,
yeah, exactly.
But since then been lying on my resumes ever since. And
fire.
Yeah.
It's been going great.
Exactly.
I mean, it's an extremely valuable lesson. Like, when it's like, oh, need point of sale experience. It's like, motherfucker, if you're not an idiot, you can learn how to run a register.
Yeah.
And the teenager who you work with, you're like, fuck, I'm fucking 29. Yeah. I'm working with this 19-year-old, but like, they're going to train you on how the register goes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like no one is going to get that mad unless you're really fucking up. And then also the main difficult part is doing math. And if the register is doing math for you.
Correct. These days, it's all like square readers and shit. So most of it doesn't matter. Okay. Well, then question number 3, not related to this yogurt situation, is, we've had a pandemic. Things have like sort of been like super sidetracked and then maybe not so sidetracked. Like how you doing with all that? Got any thoughts? It's an open-ended question.
It's tough. That's it. That's my answer. No. No, I alternate between like you guys are talking to me on this is like one of the first road gigs back since the pandemic. And it's very nice to do comedy, but it doesn't, of course it doesn't feel the same.
Right.
Like you're wearing a mask the whole time. You're wondering where people have been, up until you're set and stuff like that. I wasn't going super insane working from home. Like I've been working the whole time. So luckily, so that's kind of made it that I have something to do, I guess. But yeah, and then also getting really into arts and crafts. I guess people just embrace your hobbies right now, but also I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm spending money I don't have on like craft supplies. So
what crafts? What like specifically?
Ooh, so much stuff. I like I was doing some woodworking.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I made by woodworking I mean I glued together some wood and I sanded it down and then stained it. And
that's working.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I would have said whittling.
Okay, I haven't been whittling, but there's just random stuff. Like I made some t-shirts. I've been making a welcome mat for my apartment.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. So just looking up on the internet, like how easy is this to do? And if it's like a mom craft blog who's like, you can have your little kid do it. I'm like, well, if their kid could do it, then I could do it.
Yeah, I can give it a go.
Yeah, you're like, fuck that kid. I can do this.
I can get some puff paint, put this thing together.
Yeah, I ordered like a bulk thing of acrylic paint at the beginning of the pandemic, and literally everything, I'm like, how can I use that shit ton of paint that I bought? Like craft that uses the paint. I'm on board with.
Yeah. You just paint adjacent crafts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, nothing's the same, but yeah. I mean, I hear you on like literally just something to do, whether that's work or crafts or whatever.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Sometimes right now the game really is to just pass time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's just something so that you're, especially like at night when you'd normally be out doing stand-up stuff, just something so you're not looking at the clock every 2 seconds, like after 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's like how people with I think because we're all basically experiencing like one giant trauma, but like if you're in an individual experiencing trauma, like sometimes it's just like all you have to do is not do bad stuff. Do like neutral or good stuff to pass some time sometimes, and that's like your best win. And I think across the board.
Thing I should have said, I bought a bong at the beginning of the pandemic, and I do take fat rips from that before I craft. That's
okay.
Yeah.
Fat rips. Got it.
That's why I say neutral. Doesn't have to be good, just has to be neutral.
I get high enough that time doesn't exist, and then
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout outs to fat bong rips.
Fat rips.
Yeah.
Fat rips, getting us through.
Well, thank you, Logan. And where can people find you on the internet if you'd like to be found?
Thank you so much for having me. I am on Twitter at Dirty Gunts, GUNT, and I'm on Instagram at Places I Took a Shit This Year. So neither one of those things are related to my name.
Yeah. We'll put the links in the show notes so you don't even have to worry about it.
But also I've been told repeatedly, like, you should make it so you're easier to find. And I'm like, no, it's okay.
Yeah. No, because it's more rewarding when they do find you at places you took a shit this year.
Work, like, great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's I mean, it really is like a treasure hunt, and they deserve to be rewarded for that.
Yeah, that's all I want is just to be a treasure. I have to leave.
Yeah. Well, again, thank you so much, and fuck this place. Nick,
Chase,
we got a write-in, my dude.
Oh my guy,
it's right.
I'm about the write-ins.
You got to love a write-in. And if you want to write in, it's 470-223-5627. That's 470-223-5627. Today's write-in comes from none other than the man himself, hashtag Jordan Lives.
Oh, man. Return of the King over here. Hashtag Jordan motherfucking lives.
Yep. Return of the King. And good news, Jordan continues to live.
Dude.
Extremely short recap. Bottom line, Jordan Lives is a long-standing saga of the Fuck This Place pod. Jordan works at a medical testing facility that does all kinds of medical testing. They've taken on COVID stuff. It's poorly run. A lot of people quit. And things.
Some people gotten sick.
Some people have gotten sick for sure. Yeah. And I think that's about it. So here's the text from. Oh, he got best employee or something. Didn't he
Yeah,
get
yeah.
Award.
Yeah.
Anyway,
But,
things
like,
are not
he tried
going
to
well.
quit. They made him CEO.
Yeah, his boss got fired. His boss's boss got fired. Anyway, it's not.
Yeah,
it's
they
not a
were
great
firing
place.
up. Is that what it was? They kept firing people above
Yeah,
them.
his boss fired his boss's boss. Anyway,
Oh man, hell tight.
it's a topsy-turvy situation. Here's the write-in from Jordan Lives. It begins. Well, guys, it finally happened. Tested positive for COVID.
Oh my guy, dude.
Bad news. Bad news. Jordan, let me just say to Jordan's credit, he called it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I want to say probably first or second text he sent us.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna call it now. I'm gonna say #Jordan will still live.
Yeah, we're also gonna call that. Yeah. Hashtag Jordan continues to live.
Yeah.
They're giving me 10 days to get better, which is the bare minimum time, by the way. Last week, though, we had so many staff out for quarantine that we had to change our hours. Pretty wild. Meaning like everybody's getting sick of this facility.
Yeah. Oh my God. So like the fucking dam broke.
Correct. And also I know that Jordan's in somewhere in like the Texas West area, you know. Would you call that Middle West, but not Midwest? And Texas is not doing great right now. Nobody is, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
Anybody's doing
Nobody's
great.
Killing it out there.
Except for COVID.
Yeah, except for COVID, which is actually quite killing it.
Yeah. The most killing it. So I texted no with a couple of those Swedish symbols with the
no.
And then I asked about his symptoms and he said just a dry cough and occasional fever, but I'm hanging in there. And then he gave us that sweet hang 10 emoji.
Oh, dude.
Tight.
Tight.
Super tight. So sorry about that, Jordan.
Dude, man, I'm so sorry. You know what? They've been trying to get you since day one, and you've given them a hell of a run, my guy.
You really have. I mean, to last this long is. I mean, I got COVID in July, so you know, supposedly the word on the street is either there's a vaccination and we're all going to get it sooner or later.
Yeah.
We'd all prefer the vaccination. Pretty sure. Well, not all of us. I guess.
Yeah.
Most of us would.
Man, I'm hoping you're already on the back end. I'm hoping you're recovering, you know, and I'm sure you're going to be fine, but it just pisses me off that this place has just fucking done this to you. Like they just
like, you know, I mean, it really is like, I keep thinking about this, but it's sort of like every place, like, you know, I hear a lot of people blaming individuals for this COVID situation. Like, you know, like LA County cases are up. LA County is actually the biggest county for COVID cases in the country right now. Tight. And I saw a quote from like some medical director, you know, some county person who was just like, yeah, people are flaunting the COVID restrictions, which is like, yeah, maybe they are. Maybe there are people who are doing that. But what are your COVID restrictions? You know what I mean? Because like right now, fucking, with the exception of like movie theaters and maybe gyms, I guess gyms aren't open in LA. Like bars are open, dude. You want to close it, fucking close it. Like, and then make people flaunt it by going to bars that are closed, you know?
Yeah.
But like, you know, the fact that there's people like straight up chilling outside of a fuckload of restaurants in LA. It's like, bro, these are your rules. You know what I mean? It's like every local official right now is like doing that thing you do in the back of the car with your sibling where you just like grab their arm and you start slapping their faces. You're like, quit hitting yourself. And you're like, motherfucker, you control the arm, you know? So I'm just saying, Jordan, I know you're in a circumstance that is well beyond your control.
And you're just gonna kick it and be right back to working in that shithole, because even though they don't treat you good, they can't kill you either, man. They can't kill you. They can't beat you. They can't beat #Jordan lives.
Not once. Not even fucking COVID.
Not on your best day, my guy. You can't beat #Jordan lives.
So yeah. Anyway, we're wishing you well, Jordan.
Yeah, all the best, brother.
And for sure, fuck that place,
dude. Fuck that place.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Thanks again to Jordan for writing in. Much appreciated. Hope you're on the mend. Everybody else, leave a review. I mean, let's do it together. We really appreciate it. Okay,
That's it. Bye for now.